Welcome back to Cryptography, folks. So we are dealing with Ethereum London hard fork, which is going to be happening in the next 2 days and 3 hours, right? So I'll leave the link to this website for the countdown down in the description, so you can check it out for yourself. And what can we expect out of this hard fork? I think Binance did a good job in terms of making everybody understand what are you going to be expecting when this hard fork actually takes place, right? So this is called Ethereum London hard fork, the London mainnet, right? So two things can happen, guys. Two things can happen when the hard fork actually takes place. Scenario A: no new token is created. Binance will resume ETH and ERC20 withdrawals and deposit as soon as further, right? As soon as possible. So scenario B could be the main Ethereum chain splits into two competing chains, right? And that is when you'll be distributed with the minority chain at the ratio one-on-one basis. So essentially you can take the example of what happened in the Bitcoin Cash hard fork back in the good old days, guys. I think it was back in 2017 itself, when the main BTC blockchain had an hard fork, and you saw the split happening between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, right? The Roger Ver ecosystem right there for you guys. Bitcoin Cash came into fruition, and that was after the Bitcoin hard fork itself. And well, guess what, guys? Bitcoin Cash went to $5,000. So I'm not saying that exact same thing can happen right here with Ethereum as well, where you see some I don't know, Ethereum Classic B, or I don't know, guys, Ethereum B or something like that could come into fruition when the chain actually splits. Now remember, this is the scenario. This is a potential scenario that we are talking about right here. What can happen is no new token could be created, and we can just simply resume with our Ethereum trading, and all the supply demand mechanics stays to be the same. Whereas if the scenario B plays out, if you hold Ethereum in your Binance wallet, or any wallet for that matter, I think you'll be distributed with 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 ratio based on whatever amount of Ethereum you're holding, right? So essentially you'll be getting free Ethereum B for that matter if the chain splits into two, right? Okay, guys, one more thing. I think Ethereum's birthday was on 30th of July, right? So happy birthday to Ethereum as well. I think we're quite late. We're 3 days late. But yeah, happy birthday to Ethereum. Been 6 years since this protocol came into fruition, and I do believe that most of the financial infrastructure and maybe internet infrastructure as well is going to be taken care of by Ethereum blockchain coming down the line. So it's just been 6 years, guys. We're still in infancy in terms of the entire cryptocurrency adoption, and these protocols have just begun, guys. Have just begun. So the main change, the big, humongous, massive change will happen, but most likely, as far as your life goes and my life goes, we're gonna be talking about these things every single day. So these small changes will not be of a big change to us. But if we talk about somebody who's coming from a completely different world, who does not know anything about how blockchain and everything is working, yes, I mean, these upgrades, I mean these infrastructure developments on internet with the help of Ethereum is going to make a lot of sense down the line to a lot of people. We are right here early adopter, guys. We have to keep this in mind, that we right here, if we are adopting these technologies, if we are using DeFi on Ethereum or NFT marketplace as well in Ethereum itself, we are early adopters. We are early as hell, guys. Just this is for a fact, right? So essentially, this is also another reason why you have to segregate your trading mindset with your investing mindset, and try to invest in the protocols that you completely believe in, right? And guys, I do have my full faith and full belief in Ethereum. Obviously, this is a no-brainer right here. Obviously, most of the people are going to be having their blind faith on Ethereum, and guys, I think that faith has a lot of power, because most likely these protocols and these technologies will change a lot of things about internet and finance as a whole, right? All right, so that was your little pep talk on Ethereum and how you should invest in protocols in which you feel that you are an early adopter. So with that said, I think we can take a look at the charts right here on Ethereum. So what are we doing, guys? We are leaving. Are we leaving? Essentially, no, we're not doing anything, but yeah, we are trying to formulate a trend on the 4-hour time frame below the 21 exponential on Ethereum itself. Now Bitcoin did that yesterday, and Ethereum is following up to that, guys, hence that little chop going on. So is this a death sentence? Not as of now, but I think we are formulating multiple divergence on 4-hour time frame itself. Now this is a major one, guys. Now this divergence looks to me like, yes, it's a major divergence. It's a major bearish divergence coming from this point and this point right here. Now essentially, does that mean that we just start reverting from these levels and we just keep going down onto these levels? it could take some time, but maybe the trend could start reverting, judging by this piece of divergence which is formulated on the price action itself. Although I don't think, guys, we should put a lot of weight into this piece of divergence as of now, because this entire structure is still intact. We are still hovering alongside this entire channel to the upside, and we're looking completely fine as of now. Now, I would want to be aligning this entire zone as a humongous area of relevancy onto $2,380 levels, as this is the one which, well, you took some time to clear this level to the upside. And well, if you do want to continue your way all the way towards $3,000 Ethereum, or maybe $3,400 down the line, you have to get supported by $2,400 Ethereum flat, right? Essentially, this breakout zone right here, this entire area of liquidity, this entire area of supply, to be honest with you. So until we are doing that, until Ethereum is going to be basing its trends above the 4-hour 55 exponential, aligning with this entire support zone right here, is going to be completely fine. And most of the trends on altcoins are also going to look fine. But yes, guys, things will get volatile. Let me just bring about a little BA. Let's see if we do have this ticker going on. Yes, we do have BA historical volatility. So you can see right here, the volatility is not that significant, guys, which is why I would not expect any major massive reversal from these levels, or maybe major massive continuation move to the upside. Even if we continue to the upside, it's going to be slow, sleeky move to the upside, and this trend most likely will annoy a lot of people who are trying to pinpoint the tops and the bottoms, guys. Most likely this is a no trade zone back again on Ethereum itself. So for today and for tomorrow, most likely until the hard fork actually comes into fruition, I think staying away from trading Ethereum could be the best thing to be done, guys, because these major events, they do cause volatility, right? And if you are on the wrong side of the volatility, these things can hurt. These things can maybe kill some crazy amount of gains that you made in the previous days while Ethereum was going up for about a 40% move without any breath, guys. All right, 50% move to the upside without any stop, right? Trending alongside the 21 exponential. Guys, you can see right here how this entire breakout from this entire zone right here, after the exponential 21 closure, you simply went to the upside, guys. The cyan moving average is the 21 exponential on the 4-hour time frame itself, and this entire price action structure reminds me of this last leg to the upside. All the context coming from this entire price action was completely different, and you can see the craziness in the price action, guys. This was completely mad, right? We don't have similar context going on in this piece of price action right here, but the general trend reminds me of this one. It's just as clear as a day, guys. I mean, essentially, as soon as you started trending below the 21 exponential and you started formulating crazy amount of divergence in the price action between all of these points, that is when you start reverting, guys. But essentially, your reversal was confirmed below your 55 exponential on a trending basis, guys, on a trending basis, right? So that is what you want to be looking at for any reversal move to the downside all the way towards these levels back again on Ethereum, guys. I think that having any bias for this day or for tomorrow is most likely going to be irrelevant, guys, because Ethereum hard fork is going to cause a crazy amount of volatility, and these things are kind of unpredictable, guys. Markets reaction are kind of unpredictable in these scenarios, right? Now, I can't compare these things with how Saturday Night Live Dogecoin scenario was going about. I mean, that's completely different thing, guys. That's a complete different situation. But we are dealing with Ethereum. We're dealing with something which is happening on the blockchain itself, an upgrade. So certainly you would be looking at a lot of trading activity in the market, and well, let the price action resolve, let the hard fork do its thing. Essentially, this is something very exciting, guys. I mean, I'm waiting for what's going to happen. Am I going to get 1-on-1 ratio split on my Ethereum holdings, and probably am I going to enjoy the gains from the new coins, or is nothing going to happen, and is it going to be an upgrade in the existing blockchain? It's going to be exciting, guys. I think the next 48 hours on Ethereum is going to be exciting, and essentially that puts Ethereum into kind of a no trade zone, guys. Essentially, I'm not telling you to not trade for today or tomorrow, but what I'm telling you guys is that when these main events they take place, me personally, I would want to stay away from the market. If I'm trading on a daily basis, these events are something which I would kind of want to refrain, guys. And essentially, look, well, this could have been your hard fork and your Ethereum's birthday anticipation rally to the upside, and essentially the hard fork is gone now. Well, it's not gone yet, but it could be gone in the next 2 days, and well, all the hype about the hard fork and all the excitement of these things have died out. So essentially, if I were to be well, guessing anything, most likely we do revert from these levels and try and attempt another down leg to the downside. Now, this is my personal opinion, and I am not going to trade my personal opinion until the hard fork is coming into fruition, until we see what actually happens in the hard fork, right? Okay, so I think not much to talk about the price action. Let's see what the macro is formulating. The 3 day is looking bullish, guys. The 3 day time frame has started looking crazy bullish, and I'm sure, yes, you do have a 3 day divergence on the RSI as well, although it's not that strong. Essentially, this is not the signature that you want to see, guys. This is like 3 day RSI fading before trying to test the 60 reads on the RSI itself, kind of telling that yes, we do not have crazy amount of strength in price action to pull it all the way towards these levels. I think it's going to take some time, and maybe Ethereum consolidates onto these levels with the 55 exponential on the 3 day time frame itself. And guys, essentially the price action on the 3 day time frame is going to be bullish until we are closing 3 day candles above $2,300 on Ethereum, right? So if we talk about 3 day time frame as a whole, as a particular, the bigger time frame, all right guys, now remember, bigger the time frame, the higher the accuracy. I think it's a no-brainer itself, right? So we can pull it all the way down into this week's low right here at $2,300 Ethereum. So essentially, until your 3 day candles are closing above this entire zone right here, your general outlook in the market and your general altcoin trades are going to be towards the upside. Your bias is going to be towards the upside in the time frame which matters, the 3 day time frame itself. Although if the 4-hour time frame starts losing holds onto these levels and the 55 exponential itself, sorry, it's not the exponential, I guess it's a simple, yes, it's a simple. So if we start losing the 55 simple to the downside, aligning with this entire region right here, then we can talk about potentially Ethereum going back down all the way until these levels. Until then, most likely we're going to be holding on to these levels, and maybe we put in another piece of bearish divergence aligning with this entire grind line right here, and then attempt another move to the downside, guys. Now this is all speculation, this is complete speculation. I would refrain from trading Ethereum for the next 2 days. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at Bitcoin right here on the 12-hour time frame. So we attempted to close a few candles above the 12-hour time frame itself on the 200 exponential. Why am I using exponential? The simple, sorry, the 200 simple, and we were not able to do that, guys. And this was aligning with the top side of this entire broadening pattern right here, formulating a resistance onto these levels, telling us that $42,500 levels is another resistance, another piece of resistance, and making things difficult for Bitcoin to go to the upside without any hiccup, right? This level is going to cause a lot of troubles, I think, in the coming days as well, for this week itself, guys. Now, essentially, if you want this entire resolution to happen to the upside, and if you want to talk about Bitcoin going all the way towards $50,000 levels right here, this is the 12-hour candle close that you're looking for back again, guys. 42,000. I mean, essentially, this was your breakout. This entire region was a breakout, and we did confirm after closing a few candles right here. But guys, well, guess what? The momentum started fading out, and most likely the reaction from the most of the market was initially sell right here onto these levels, which is causing a little supply zone onto these levels, and we can extend this one all the way towards these price points as well, which brings about a little relevancy onto this entire zone, guys. Now I'm talking about this entire zone because this is very choppy, and to go for those profits in your 12 to maybe 20% moves on Bitcoin itself, I think you got to be cutting your greed into 2.6% areas, 2.6% zones of no trading activity, essentially, right? So which is why I'm going to be putting a lot of weight into this one right here for a weekly closing basis. Now essentially your daily closure, your 12-hour closure, 4-hour closures on Bitcoin above these levels didn't help much, which is why we're going to be jumping on to 12-hour time frame and 3-day time frame to determine the accuracy part of this entire trend to the upside. Now, talking about the 12-hour time frame to the downside, this is the level which you want to hold, guys. I've been talking about this level, the 36,000 level zone right here. Let me just take this one to the downside. I think this is I think this one just slid its way to the upside. Now this is the zone I'm talking about. This wick low right here at $36,000 on Bitcoin flat is going to be your trend control to the upside, right? I do believe that this zone is going to be aligning with some key Fibonacci area of interest. Well, not essentially, but yeah, you can talk about how 382 is aligning with the support zone right here. So essentially on the 12-hour closing and an opening basis, until Bitcoin is above this entire zone right here, above this area as well, we're going to be most likely basing a trend onto these levels and going sideways further down the line, and maybe eventually trying a breakout to the upside from these levels, right? For the time being, I don't see any trade, guys. I don't see any trend into formulation right here. This is like a complete chop which came into fruition as Bitcoin started trending below the 21 exponential on the 4-hour time frame, guys. Now, yesterday's video was all about the fact that how this is not good. This is putting Bitcoin's small-term trend into jeopardy, guys. You can see right here this entire trend, which started from $30,000 flat, was guided by the 4-hour time frame 21 exponential itself, just like Ethereum, just like Ethereum, right? Now, yesterday's 4-hour candle closure below this entire zone was the first signal that maybe the momentum is waning to the downside. Although we don't see humongous sell pressure in the market itself, but the momentum is waning to the downside, which could take the price action all the way towards these levels, guys. $36,000 levels flat, right? Until Bitcoin is above these price points, most likely we set in a base right here and we keep on trending to the upside. Now, to be honest with you, the 4-hour RSI is getting into oversold zones as of now, guys, which is why for today's price action itself, we could see a bounce coming from this entire zone right here for all the way about $41,000 Bitcoin retest, right? And maybe we could set in a head and shoulder from these levels right here, something like that. Then we can talk about a potential reversal on the price action, taking down all the way towards 33. Now, that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves. This is like a far-fetched technical analysis, a technical hocus focus prediction for you guys, but judging by the momentum coming from the $42,500 rejection to the T right here, guys, to the T right here, 42,500, sometimes technical analysis do work and it gives you precision based targets, guys. Judging by the reaction and the momentum waning from these levels, most likely this attempt could be another lower high, judging by this rejection high right here, and judging by this entire resistance line right here, could be something like that, guys, could be something like that. Now, yes, my bias is going to be bearish if we come onto these levels, but what happens right here, what happens out of these levels is not going to be a confirmed fact that Bitcoin is going to be going towards these levels right here. That could be confirmed by 12-hour time frame, guys. Now, essentially what I'm trying to tell you is that I would be taking any actionable trades based on the 12-hour time frame. Essentially, I would be trading alongside the 12-hour time frame. It's not going to be on the 4-hour, it's not going to be on the hourly itself. It is going to be on the 12-hour, guys. I think the bigger trade, the good trade, is on the 12-hour time frame, not on the small time frames, guys. We are pretty squeezed up on on this entire leg to the upside, and to be honest with you, this entire area is looking pretty confusing, guys. Judging by all the analysis that I've posted right here, it's looking pretty confusing, to be honest with you, right? Okay, so let's get rid of all of these things and let's talk about something important which is going on. I think this is going to be the bullish crossover which is happening between the 55 and the 100, guys. Now, this is not going to be your exact trend reversal or exact, let's just say, continuation, confirmed bullish move to the upside, but you can see the relevancy of this bullish crosses, guys. Once you have this bullish cross going on, yes, your trend continues to the upside between the 55 and the 100. Now, this is let's say this is the medium time frame trend confirmation, and we are looking at this crossover happening, and the price action is kind of putting little bit of pressure into this crossover and kind of stopping this cross to happen, right? So if we cross this one to the upside and the price action is able to hold above $36,000 levels, that could develop the price action onto these levels for a potential strengthful reaccumulation on these levels happening with this bullish cross right here, and then that could pull the price action all the way towards the upside, right? And well, that could lead us breaking this entire grind as well to the upside, and then we can talk about a potential continuation move to the upside, guys. For that matter, now this is your 12-hour analysis right here, and I don't think I'm going to be putting a lot of weight into 4-hour time frame, which is why sticking on to any actionable event on the 12-hour time frame is going to be way relevant than talking about any confirmed trades on the 4-hour time frame itself, right? So guys, essentially, I don't think this video is going to be that helpful for the day. This is just your analysis. This is just a normal market-wide analysis, and essentially, I'm not looking for any particular trades for today. And well, to be honest with you, until the Ethereum hard fork takes place, but these are your technical facts and figures which you got to keep in your mind on the 12-hour time frame, and maybe on some macro time frames on Ethereum for that matter, right? So if you have watched this video this far, hit that like and hit that subscribe as well if you've not done that, right? Hats off to your patience, and I'm going to be catching all of you in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.